Well, it's release day for Tarkir Dragonstorm. Everyone's picking up their product. And what we all need to consider now is the floodgates are open. How many cards are going to end up in the singles market and how much are these prices going to fall? No matter what happens in the next 60 days, this was still an amazing ride. Welcome back, everyone. MTG Moxman here, and thank you again for hanging out with me today for another video. It's awesome. I'm glad you all came out today, and I hope you enjoyed today's content. Now, when you think of Tarkir Dragonstorm, I don't know about how everyone feels. I just know the people I'm in touch with. And when I look at the fun factor, the excitement, the pre-release schedules, how sold out everything was, lines of people to get in on the product, the fact that collector boxes started shooting through the roof and were sold out and got restocked and got sold out, allocations came, and it's all we talked about. Then we saw the spoilers and all the amazing cards unfold, and now we get to see what the real results are going to be. How is the money going to translate into the secondary market? People are going to go around picking up their boxes. We already saw a lot of these things enter the secondary market last week. A lot of collector boxes, bundle packs, and play booster boxes got opened. But now we get to see the people and the stores who bought just a glut of everything and are ready to ship this stuff out. And now we get to play the game of how low can you go? Because the difference between a set that is anticipated, the excitement, the hype train is real with Tarkir Dragonstorm, as opposed to other sets like Murders at Karlov Manor, Outlaws of Thunder Junction, maybe some Bloomborough action. Depending on what set we're talking about, including Dustmorn, we are going to see a really different result. Those products didn't get opened as much. They just didn't. The money moved on very quickly, and now we're going to see a market that is just so banger on this set. We're going to see so much of this product open that these prices, they're not going to be able to hold their own. They are going to sink just from the sheer volume that's likely going to hit the market, in my opinion. And after it hits the market and stores don't want to take it and the prices get forced down, well, then it starts getting absorbed by the market. But only until we see Final Fantasy stuff really start to appear. And then there'll be this window where things really drop off. And then it's what I like to call now the slow climb. Because as the money moves on and the cards get absorbed in the market, whether it's a speculator buying 50 copies of something, whether it's a person just buying 4 copies or a single person buying 1 copy, it eventually gets absorbed in the market. That's just what happens nowadays. There's more of it right now. It may take a little bit longer, but after it's absorbed, that slow climb of prices trickling up. Those mythics that didn't do anything, dropping down. The uncommons nobody expected, starting to go up. As playability unfolds, as we see new cool combinations of cards, and I have a few that I've talked about that I think are really going to make a splash at some point in the next 12 months. And I still think that's going to hold true. And as these things unfold and as we get through the actual release schedule and everyone's done, well, then the money moves on. Then we jump over to Final Fantasy, Edge of Eternities, Spider-Man. As the money moves on, we know traditionally product does not get reopened now. The money moves on so quickly that nobody goes back to open boxes of stuff. They may still buy it to store it. They may still open the odd pack, but there's no massive glut of secondary market reopenings. It just doesn't happen because products are just too expensive to bother going back. And that lends to higher prices on the singles market over time on many singles that are sought after. Look at cards like Heir Apparent, Deadly Dispute from back in the day. We see this reoccursion of these types of effects from commons, uncommons, rares, and mythics, depending on the format they're played in, how often they're desired, and the fact that Wizards of the Coast has really buttoned up and really wants to see standard really jump out because you need 4 of, well, that means a lot of players out there playing the game need 4 of. And I have seen so many stores now where standard is back, alive, and doing well. And yeah, it costs a lot of money, but it's happening. And this is the first set. We've really got an opportunity to see how it all plays out and could lend itself into future openings, sets, releases on how we can anticipate what the market's going to do when these kinds of highly anticipated sets come along. I mean, Tarkir Dragonstorm's awesome. I couldn't believe how much is going to be opened. I know it's going to be just bonanza. But Final Fantasy will be the next, like, whipping boy of just how much product is going to be opened, and then how much stays sealed and never gets touched again. That is a crazy market we're in, and I'm talking in that case about collector boxes. I want to end things off in this part because we're like 4 or 5 minutes in, but we have to stop for a moment and recognize that Tarkir Dragonstorm collector boxes. A lot got opened, and there's still stores in Canada that are selling it for $3.99, but I can see it on TCG Player for $3.70, $3.75, which is kind of weird because, of course, if you did the conversion from US to Canadian dollars, those boxes wouldn't be $3.99, they'd be $2 something in US dollars. $2.99 to $3.05, it'd be an insane amount. I know we can't ship them over the border, but it's nuts to think that that may find somebody with a plan to like drive over the border and pick some up on, really cheap on the dollar. Who knows? This stuff has happened before. It's likely going to happen again. And those collector boxes, I really think they're going to rise in value because so many people are going to think highly of this set. They're going to really think about how awesome it is and just can't wait to get a box to hold on to for the future. Now, when it comes to the Play Booster boxes, 30 packs, depending on where you are and how popular the set is in that particular area, you're still going to see the initial sales jump through the roof and everything just dies. I don't expect that to carry on. I just don't think any new set in these type of economic climate can have that kind of continuous box opening action and just keep running the gamut of $200 to $300 Canadian boxes of these sets. It just can't happen. In the US, even at $125, that's still a lot of coinage to get a box and to open week after week or month after month. So it's just going to die. It's just going to end. And yes, there'll be the exceptions who will open some boxes, but there's going to be the rule, which is it's just not going to happen because we know it doesn't happen now. Too expensive, price have gone up too high, which again lends to Wizards cards being worth more in the secondary market, and that's not something you guys should ignore. If there's cards you're after, pay attention to them, look at the price point and say, these are the ones I want, follow the market down. I've showed you how prices are already trending down on many cards, and after we get these cards in our hands, we're going to start people are going to try to experiment and see which cards come out. I know I'm still looking at that Sun Pearl Kieran and saying that thing's going to be something. I know it's a common, but it's too awesome with its flash ability, flying 2/1, and unsummoning when it comes in, that I just think it's going to go somewhere. Maybe it won't. Maybe I'm totally wrong, but I just think the playability of that card has got me. And I think there's several other cards that are going to go the same way. Either way, I want to thank you guys. It's been an epic ride to Tarkir Dragonstorm. I can't remember in recent past where I've had this much fun diving into a set. I mean, multiple pre-releases for me is a really hard thing to do. It was epic to get that time, and it was awesome meeting some of you guys live out there, just playing some good nights and having some good times and building some great memories. To all the people out there who take time to comment in my videos, good or bad, you still took time to do it, and I appreciate you guys, and thank you for bringing all kinds of new information and great ideas to the channel. It's epic. And of course, don't forget this weekend. We have Saturday, which will be the top 10 selling cards in Magic. I'm expecting to see a ton of Tarkir stuff on there, but who knows? You never know if cards are going to make a comeback from Bloomborough, Duskmorn, or any other set out there. And then, of course, we have the live stream on Sunday with our reserve list top 10. But then, of course, on Sunday, at the live stream, I'm giving away a box of Tarkir Dragonstorm Collector Box. And I hope you guys can be there when we give that sucker away and see which lucky person gets it. So thanks again for being here. Thanks for being at the end of the video. Thanks for being part of my channel. Thanks again for this awesome journey of Magic the Gathering. And I'll see you guys tomorrow with another video. Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. This isn't April Fool's anymore. Have a great one. Well, here we are. We're back at the end of the video. If you're hoping for a special credit scene, saying something totally amazing, something you didn't expect, well, we have to hold on before we get to that ramble jamble, because we have to talk about the patrons. About my YouTube membership members who allow for this kind of content to be created each and every day. If it wasn't for them, well, the Moxman would be doing something entirely different with his time, and it's some of their job that I probably don't enjoy nearly as much as this. So thanks again, everyone. See you tomorrow. Welcome back. You're here at the Ramble Jamble. You're here at the end. We got the bonus weekend. We're coming around, man. And don't forget those guys out there who are watching these Ramble Jambles. If you've been given to the live stream, you know there's a chance that you're on to the Tarkir, the bonus things. Where is it? If you manage to get on this. That can't be changed right now. This one's for Tarkir. But after Tarkir's over, of course, we're still moving on to Final Fantasy and the collector box giveaway. If you're on this list, you're still on for the Final Fantasy as well, which is epic, and I'm looking forward to it. But there might be some other bonuses this weekend. You never know what's going to happen on this channel. I like doing crazy stuff. I like having a good word salad. Can't speak right now. It's too late. I can't save it. I'm not going back. This is the Ramble Jamble. We don't go back and fix it. It just is what it is, and we're okay with it. No editing going on here. There will be maybe possible more bonuses that you didn't expect. You never know. It all depends on how things work out this weekend. And I'm hoping for you, and I'm hoping for me. Thanks again, guys. Have a great one. Ramble Jamble! Yeah!